lovers. Today I'm going to do a foundation review for you. I got a sample of the Dior Backstage Face and Body. I've been wanting to try this for a while, but it is actually quite expensive. So when I was able to get a free sample with my Sephora order, I thought I would go ahead and try it. So let me give you a little bit about, first of all, the actual product itself. And let's see, we've got, this is supposed to be, this is what the website says, it's a fluid texture, second skin finish, ultra buildable, waterproof, 40 shades is what it comes in. It's a pretty nice range from both light to deep. And let's see, it says for medium to full coverage, do 3 layers with the brush. I'm not going to get 3 layers out of this. If I get my whole face done, I'm going to be lucky. It retails for $40. It says it does have included fragrance. Dior is cruelty-free in the United States, but they do sell in mainland China. And what that means is that mainland China requires testing on animals. So they will hire a company to do that testing. So that's not great. I have heard that they are starting to work out some deals in China about that where you don't have to, but until then, it's not cruelty free. This is in the shade 2 Neutral. My shade, according to Shade Matchers, would probably be a 2 Cool Rosy, but I'm kind of in the middle. I think I can pull off the neutral, so we're going to try that. Now, what I'm looking for in a foundation, of course, I'm not a teenager anymore. I'm 43 years old. So the things I wanted to do is I wanted to cover these age spots. That's the first thing I'm looking for in a foundation. It has to be full enough coverage to take care of those. I want something that doesn't settle into, I've got some lines up here. And well, mostly this would be my concealer, but around my face, I'm sorry, around my mouth, I don't want it to settle in there. I don't want polka dot pores. I have a tendency to get them right here on my nose, and sometimes a little bit on my cheeks, but my nose is the real teller. I want it to blend in the skin and not just sit on top of it. My nose, again, is the real tell for that. Sometimes it'll just look like it's just sitting on there, and it could just blow either way. So I want it to look more natural, and I don't want it to transfer. I know everything transfers a little bit, but I touch my face a lot. I'm always touching my nose. You'll notice in the videos I tend to nap a lot as well, and I sleep with my hand on my face. So if it can stand up to my napping time, that's even better. So those are the 5 things that I am looking for in a foundation. So we will go ahead and take a look at this. I also got the Dior Backstage primer in just universal, so we'll go ahead and we'll try that first and see how that works. Normally I would try this with my own, but it's made by the company, it's supposed to work well with it, so let's go with that. Yeah, definitely a fragrance. So if you don't like fragrance, you may want to stay away from this. It's not bad, and it's really already starting to dissipate, but it's definitely there when you first open it up. Okay. My skin feels nice after it. Nice and smooth. I like a pore reducing primer. I don't know how much it did that, but it has a nice tacky feel to it too. So hopefully that'll help. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and everybody say a few good thoughts to hope that this is enough coverage for my face. I've been very excited to try this because it is the actual highest ranked foundation with Shelly over at Geek Out of Water, and I love her channel. I take influence from her wherever I can. We have a lot of the same skin issues, so I tend to really trust what she has to say. Okay, I think that's going to be just enough for one pass. Go in with this is a Lamora foundation kabuki brush. It's a very liquidy formula, so it blends out very easily. I think we're going to get to test the waterproof thing today. It is very, very hot. I don't know how it is where you live, but I am in Cincinnati, Ohio, and it is sweltering right now. For the last week it did nothing but rain, so it was nice and cool. Everybody complained about the rain. Rain stopped, and now it is sweltering. Okay, that was I would say light coverage, maybe light medium. I have a little bit left on my hands. I'm gonna see if I can add some to my sunspots there. Squeeze out just a little bit more. See if there's anything left in here. I think that's it. I don't think the shade's too bad. I think it's definitely the right shade, and I think I'm pulling off the neutral undertone. I definitely can pull off neutral better than I can pull off warm. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. Please try to ignore my little friends here under my eyes. They've been giving me problems. Okay. Alright, it blended out very well. Let me get my mirror a little closer here. And I don't know, it feels a little like it's sitting on my skin. The texture is nice. It's a little tacky. I don't know if that's the foundation itself or if that's just the humidity. I am still able to see. I got a little bit more on my finger. Maybe I can. This spot in particular is the worst. It's the darkest one I have. It is almost heart-shaped, so maybe I can pull it off as being cute. It is definitely not settling into lines so far. Let's get you up a little closer. You can see the spot there. You can see so far. Move my face around and see if it goes back into any of my lines. So far, so good. Can't yet really tell if it's transfer proof yet because it's still tacky. I don't know, it's starting to set in so it doesn't feel like it's sitting on my skin so much, it's blending in. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my face. I'm probably gonna set this, if nothing else, just for the heat. But we'll go ahead and we'll see what it looks like with a full face of makeup. And then I will also do a check on later on tonight and tell you how it held up throughout the day. I'll see you in a bit. And I'm back with my full face on. So far, I think so good. It is holding up to sweat already. It is like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, and I've got my air conditioner on, and I am still hot. So this will definitely be a good test for the waterproof. Everything blended out really nicely, had no problem with my blush, bronzer, and highlight. My highlight is a cream to powder, so that's always a nice test too, to see how it goes over. I set it with the Too Faced Peach Blur. I'm really liking this right now. I think it does do a nice job of blurring, and again, I will take anything I can get there. My bronzer, as always, is my Beachfront bronzer from Younique in Malibu. My blush is the Milani Luminoso. I've got my highlight today. I went ahead and went with the Younique Benevolent. That's the cream to powder. I pull this out on days when I just want to kind of do something a little more natural highlight, but it still gives just a little bit. As always, I used my Maybelline Age Rewind concealer in Fair. My under eyes look like crap today, but that has nothing to do with any of the makeup. That has to do with the fact that I was trying to get some of these milia things out. Didn't work. Don't try it, boys and girls. On my eyes, I have the Ccolor, what's it called? Around the World. It's the Urban Decay Born to Run dupe. I have my mascara is the Damn Girl by Too Faced. I got a sample of that the other day. And we've got also my tight line is, as always, the Infallible Pro Liner in black. I've got I tried out this Wet n Wild waterproof Megaliner in black. And Wet n Wild is on my brows, and that is in, what color is this? It's the Ultimate Brow, but ash brown is what it's in. And then finally, I've got the liquid catsuit from Wet n Wild in Give Me Mocha. So I think all in all, so far it's doing nicely. Again, it's not as full coverage as I want, at least as with as much product as I was able to use. I don't know if I really would be able to get it up completely to full coverage, but it's covered almost everything else. You can see a little bit right there peeking through. Still no settling into lines. Pores look good. Now that I set it, So far it's not transferring onto my hands, but we'll see how it holds up throughout the day. I like to wear my makeup for quite a long time. I've got a few errands to do, have to do some laundry, so we'll see how this holds up in the heat and activity today. We'll check in much later on tonight and we'll see how it fares. I'll talk to you later. And I am back. It has now been just about 10 hours with this Dior foundation, and here's what's happened. Actually, for the most part, it's held up pretty well. Don't judge it by my under eyes. I've had all kinds of problems with my under eyes today. I've had some problems with my mascara running because of the heat. I've had to try to cover it up. It's just been a mess. So, discounting the under eye, which is not the fault of the foundation, it's held up pretty well. It is worn off right through here between my nose and my mouth, and like right around my Cupid's bow. I'm gonna give that mostly to sweat. Again, it's just hot today, but it's still pretty good. Everywhere else we have a few little spots. Again, here I think is more because I was messing with my under eye, but even my chin's held up pretty well. It's starting to fade now, but for 10 hours I say it's pretty good. Now, how did it hold up on my 5-point scale, which I have modified a little bit? So we'll go by that and we'll give them stars for each one. Covers age spots. As I said in the beginning, it never did completely cover these two age spots, sunspots, and I don't know if it would have built up if I had had enough. With the amount that it's showing through now, I would say it probably wouldn't, but I'll give it a little benefit of the doubt, so I'll give it a half star for that. Does not settle into lines and polka dot pores. I'm going to combine this because that's, for this point, it's pretty much the same thing. If you can do that a little bit more, there is nothing in my forehead lines, which is the most, if it's going to sink into a line, this is where it's going to be. And I haven't had that all day long, even when I was sweating, when I was outside, when I was doing laundry, nothing went in there. Polka dot pores, again, if I'm going to have them, they're going to be right around here on my nose, and I haven't had a single one all day long. So I am going to give that the full star. My next one is blends into skin and doesn't sit just on the face, and no, I have not had any problems with that whatsoever. It has looked beautiful pretty much all day long. Again, some of the places where it's starting to wear down, it doesn't quite look as natural, but that's not the fault. That's Longwear. That's not it not blending into my skin. So I will give that the full star there. No transfer. Like I said, I touch my face a lot. Obviously, you've seen me do it in this video how many times. And I took a nap today. And yes, I slept like this and I slept like this. And I have to say, well, yeah, I've washed my hands lots, but it's not coming off on my hands. It is, there was nothing on my pillow. And the places where I put my hands, the foundation is still great in all of those areas. So I would say it is, I'm not going to put it on the phone transfer test. Almost nothing passes that, so I think that's kind of an unlofty goal. But if it can wear through what I put it through in a day and through a nap, then I'd say it's pretty good. So I will give it a full star there. My fifth thing that I've added is going to be Longwear. And I definitely, I don't want to retouch at all if I don't have to. I'm not going to carry around foundation, even if I could. I'm out of this one, but I'm not going to touch it up like that throughout the day. I did use a primer. I did use the setting spray. you know, at 10 hours, it is still holding up. So I've got to give it to that. So, you know, I would give that, that's between 3/4 of a star and a full star, because I would love it to go 12 hours. I don't think this is going to last 12 hours, just the amount that it's, you know, starting to break down, and now that it's starting, it's rapidly doing it. But 10 hours is pretty good. So, you know, I will give it a full star there. So overall, I'm very pleased with this, and I'm really tempted. I know, you know, for me, this is an expensive foundation, but I'm really tempted to go out and buy a full size, because I would give this 4.5 stars out of 5. I will keep you updated if I do go out and get it. And, you know, I don't, even the neutral, I like I said, I have neutral, and my foundation, the matching puts me at the cool rosy, but I kind of like the natural. Of course, that also might be my summer shade too. So I will keep you updated if I decide to purchase this, but this very well may go into my permanent collection. I really like this. A thumbs up for the Dior Backstage. 4.5 stars for me. Hope you guys all have a great night, and I'll see you next time.